Are you a petite rider struggling to find motorcycle pants that fit? I've tested out 5 pairs over thousands of miles so that you don't have to. This video is not sponsored or endorsed by any of these brands. All of the opinions that I'm sharing with you are because I bought the pants and I have ridden in the pants and I have washed the pants. Okay, so what is the importance of this video and why do we even need to be concerned with wearing CE certified motorcycle gear? Let's talk for a minute about CE certification. For motorcycle apparel, CE certification means that the European Union's Personal Protective Equipment Regulation has independently tested the gear for abrasion resistance, tear strength, seam strength, and impact protector positioning. The resulting classes are A, AA, or AAA, which indicate the tested level of protection, where AAA provides the highest safety performance. As part of my medical school education, I worked in trauma surgery. And part of my job as a medical student was cleaning road rash from motorcycle accident victims after sustaining awful injuries. It's actually very disagreeable. Once you've seen road rash on a real person, you will never want to see it again in your life. Moral of the story is, we can't prevent every unfortunate circumstance that we're going to find ourselves in. But what we can do is minimize our risk. If there is any preventable measure that will allow us to be just a little safer or a lot safer out there on the road, please just do that. So that being said, let's take a look at my favorite pairs of motorcycle pants. We have tobacco Motorwear. So I've had these for about 6 months. I've worn them a lot. I've worn them on long rides, short rides. I have washed them. Speaking of washing, I always wash in cold water and hang them up to dry. So the tobacco jeans are more of a heavier denim, maybe like a construction jean. They're very comfortable. I think they're supposed to be fitted, but they are more on the loose side. That does give them a little bit of room to stretch as you wear them throughout the day. When I first take them off the drying line, they're a little bit tight and take a minute to kind of, relax. I ordered a 24. I believe they only came in one length. If they come in a petite length, I would have loved that because they are too long and I have to roll them up about 2 inches. These are the tobacco Motorwear pants. I think they're cute. They fit pretty well. These are going to offer some stretch and some give as you wear them, from when you first take them off the drying line to when you put them on. Of all the pants that I am going to be reviewing, the only ones that didn't actually come with their own armor are the tobacco pants. I don't even think there's a space for armor. They are reinforced with extra material for the back and the knees. They do not have armor. We established that. So if you're okay with that, I do recommend them as far as a very comfortable pair of jeans. There is one of these pairs of jeans that have been crash tested. Not only was I unscathed, but the jean was flawless. Not even a loose thread. So basically, I was in India, riding in some busy traffic. A scooter turned into the bike. I flew off, did a little skid on the asphalt. Luckily, I was wearing gloves, so my hands were protected. Always wear gloves. Always, always, always. Please, everybody, wear gloves. Had I not been wearing proper motorcycle gear, I would have had some pretty awful road rash. Nobody wants to be a road rash patient. Trust me, it's horrific. Not from the professional cleaning aspect, but from the patient perspective. You literally have to scrub it with a scrub brush that has bristles about this long, soaked in iodine, and you scrub the abrasion because you can't leave even a single piece of dirt in the skin, or you could risk pretty serious infection. So please protect yourselves from road rash. So I would love it if, as I am showing you these pants, if you start guessing which one was it that protected Alex so well on the road that it is her favorite of her favorites. Next up, we have the MotoGirl pants. These are a UK brand. I bought them from Wind and Throttle. No affiliation, I'm just a big fan of that website because they do get really wonderful stuff for us ladies. And by ordering from them, we don't have to deal with the customs or import duties or whatever other mailing things are happening in the world these days. These are a cargo style pant. They're a little heavier than jeans, so imagine if your favorite cargos and your favorite sweatpants got married and had a baby. these would be the result. But they are so comfortable. You could literally live in these. They do add a little bit of warmth, which is perfect for every season except the one we're in right now. They have pockets in front, they have pockets in the back, and they also have the side pockets, but on the other side they have a pocket that zips. The nice thing about the MotoGirl pants is that they come in different lengths. So this one is an extra small petite, which is perfect because I have about a 28 inseam. These are a jogger style at the hem, so I just tuck them into my boots, but I don't have to worry about like massively tucking in a lot of extra fabric that doesn't need to be there. So next up we have the PandoMoto pants. These say on their website that they are designed to fit like your favorite pair of jeans. Obviously, this is an intriguing statement. Anyway, I decided, you know what, PandoMoto, let's give you a try. And before we get into the specifics, let me just tell you, they are my favorite pair of jeans. The fit is so phenomenal that I want to wear these all the time, and actually I do. If you follow my Instagram, you'll probably see I'm always wearing these jeans. I will say one thing about them though. Yes, they're perfect in so many ways, except one very strange flaw. You'll see right here that they have been cut. Why would I cut jeans this way, you might ask? Yes, they're still about 2 inches too long. I just roll them up. I had to cut them because the opening was so narrow, I couldn't get my foot through it with a sock on. I could barely get my foot through it without a sock on. If anyone can explain this to me, or if you have had a similar experience with the PandoMoto pants, can you please let me know so I don't feel like I'm alone? I really don't think I have fat feet or thick feet. And even if I did, I should still be able to get my foot through the pants. Most importantly, I really do love the way they fit. They fit like a glove, really. Easy to get on and off the bike. They're not really skinny jeans because there is a little bit of a give. And if you haven't been able to tell my enthusiasm by now, you will know these were the winners that survived the crash. And like I said, not a single loose thread, and they did some pretty substantial sliding. I had not a mark on me, not even a little red tiny dot of nothing. These are a 24-30. I believe they do come in a 32 length. Obviously, I will never in probably any lifetime have to order a 32 length. I do have to roll them up. It's not the end of the world. If they had another size, like hint, hint, for example, if they made a 28, that would be amazing, but you know, nobody's perfect. And lastly of the jeans, we have the Bullet Coyote jeans. The material on these is heavier. I live in Arizona and I am not going to reach for these in the summer months because they will be too hot. Now, when it comes to armor and protection, all of these pants have come with their own armor. Most of them look something like this. Now, this flexible material, you can put it here at the hip area or in the knees. These are a size 8 UK, but they also come in lengths. And these are the Bullet Coyote jeans. It is like 105 degrees here in Arizona today, so I would say I probably am not gonna wear them any longer than for the sake of showing you what they look like in this video, but they are very cute. They fit really well. They're easy to wear. They have snap pockets in the back. The length is good for someone who's petite. They offer various lengths, so that's also nice. We don't always get as many options as people who don't have length issues. They're definitely a staple. I've been really happy with them since I bought them. I keep the knee armor in these all the time, and I don't feel that it makes wearing them cumbersome at all. I just wouldn't wear them when it's super hot outside. Lastly, but not leastly, the Rev'It tornado pants that I wore all through India during the summer months of my motorcycle trip. These are a 34 standard. Now, Rev'It elusively has short sizes. So do these exist, or are they like unicorns where it is a forever search for something that may be whimsical and in our dreams? Does anyone out there have a short size of Rev'It pants? Please tell me in the comments. That would be great. So I'll know if I should stop my search or if I should be persistent with it. They do come in white and they come in black, obviously. I just chose black because I knew I was going to be getting filthy. I didn't want to look as filthy as I actually was. So I knew black would be the safer option. The good news is that despite being black, they actually are very well ventilated. All this gray area. This is all a double mesh layer, so it's not see-through at all. It's also on the back of the legs. It does allow pretty substantial airflow. There is air flowing, which there isn't always, especially if you are in a desert climate. But when there is airflow, you will be grateful. I did have a couple falls on the enormous 1300 GSA, which is literally the size of a giraffe if you've never been on one. I fell on my left hip right next to where the hip armor ends. So did the hip armor do me any good? No, it didn't. But I don't think that's the hip armor's fault. It was just where I landed. Again, 10 out of 10 for abrasion resistance, not a pulled thread or a scratch on the pants. These are also adjustable at the waist, so each side has these straps that you can tighten or loosen. They look like they're about 2 inches or so, but really they're not that adjustable. That might be one of my major complaints with these pants, is that they really only take it in about 1 inch or so on each side. And with movement, it starts to loosen up and I have to keep retightening it, which is not the end of the world, but still, it would be nice if it stayed where I put it. The only other comment I have is that they only have a zipper pocket on each side, which is nice. I love that they have a zipper pocket, but it would be really great if they had something that's more on the thighs, because when you're sitting on your bike, if you wanted to have your phone in your pocket, it's very uncomfortable to have a phone at your hip. On the legs, they also have adjustable straps. I never used those, but what I did use all the time actually was this like extra opening at the bottom, so you can loosen or tighten the opening. I liked to wear my pants over my boots, so I kept them kind of as loose as possible. I guess if you were a tucker-inner, you could tighten them and then tuck them in your boots. These are the Rev'It Tornado pants. As you can see, they have 2 pockets on the side, which are the only pockets. They do zip, so that's good. Do I wish they had more pockets? Yes. Should I reiterate that again for a 3rd, 4th, 5th, millionth time? Absolutely. Another pocket right here would be ideal. This is the smallest size they have. It's a 34. It's a little big. Wish it was more adjustable. It's in the standard length. I am 5'2". These do not drag on the ground. I'm wearing boots that add maybe 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch. So maybe if I was barefoot, they would drag on the ground a little bit, but not enough to cause any problems. Also, the knee armor is where it's supposed to be, especially when you're sitting on the bike and your leg comes up, it stays in place, so that's nice. I hope you enjoyed this video talking about my pants. I hope it's inspired you to get some of your own. If you have any questions about any of these, please let me know. I'd be happy to help wherever possible. It's a big journey. We're not in this alone. Everything that I have found out about the motorcycling world has come from asking questions and asking people who have experienced things that I haven't experienced yet. So feel free to reach out, leave a comment. If you liked this video, like it. If you didn't like it, or tell me why, or don't. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in another one soon.